So we can start looking at some plots. I can see the correlation. Sorry, we can do the matrix scatter plot. So that is easily done. So if we look at let's see, we have the iris data with that we can do. So what we can do is all of you, I assume you're familiar with the iris. So the last column is the class label. I'm removing that, and I'm doing a page on. I misspelled it. So you could see that iris data has got 4 variables. Okay. So you have a question on assignment. Yeah, we can take that. I will finish this Art Studio in 5-10 minutes. Then we can talk. Right. So with- this is how we will do the. Now we can look at how does there is a uh, there is a library ggplot. So now what we do is that let's take empty cars data. So we know the empty cars is the motor cars parameters. So it has got several parameters, but then we will take some of the numeric parameters, and then we will look at the correlation among them. So this computes correlation among all combination of variables, and then we can plot. We can use correlation plot. So if you look at it, this has got 7 variables: miles per gallon, cylinders, displacement, horsepower. I don't remember some of them. This is the weight of the car. So now what it is doing is it is plotting. It is making use of the colors to showcase the relation among the various uh, attributes. So if you see, the displacement and the cylinder seems to have a good correlation, and it seems the weight is also having a good correlation with both cylinders and displacement. The reason is that the cars which are heavier, they provide a more powerful displacement, bigger engines, and then offer more cylinders. So we can see that by doing this plot, where two parameters, one is using the color, so the negative correlation is used by reddish color, positive correlation by bluish color, and then the darkness of the color indicates the level. So now you can see the indications that you're getting. Uh, you can even use the correlation plot, which is, can use a mixed correlation plot. You can see that we can see a combination of numbers and pictures, so they're representing the same. For example, this 0.42 corresponds to this one. So this is a smaller value, there is a smaller circle. So this is a minus 0.85 bigger value, negative color. So we are seeing it in red color, big circle. So both value and the color, so essentially capturing the sign and the level. Okay, I will unmute you so that you can ask me. The I thought red and blue, or Mr. Nagabhushnam, you are unmuted.
Sir, I posted maybe 3 minutes before, but you already answered, sir. Sorry for that. Thank you.
Okay. So the video came 2 minutes late. Oh, okay. I did not know. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for pointing. And now for I'll do Chernoff spaces. So this requires a library teaching demos. So we can look at some data sets so that you will understand what we are trying to do. So let's look at. Are you able to see the description of US judge ratings? I hope you are able to see. Here you can see that each judge is assessed by I think the lawyers of the Supreme Court using 12 parameters. So you can see those 12 parameters: the number of contacts, judicial integrity, demeanor, diligence, case flow management, prompt decisions, preparation for trial, familiarity with the law, sound oral rulings, sound written rulings, physical ability, worthy of retention. Okay, so these are the 12 attributes on which they have the values in the data set. So now what we can do is we will plot these. I'm not sure whether the faces can take how many attributes. I'm not sure. Okay, it can take 15 attributes. Okay, so what I will do is this is these are coming out very small. So I will plot far fewer numbers. So let me plot only 9 of them. So so that you can see those pictures better. So we are plotting only for the 9 judges. So we need to check the data, and then what is the faces documentation tells which attribute, what is the sequence in which they use, which one for eye size, which one for head, which one for cap, which one for ear, and all that, and then you can make out. Fine. So so now finally let's do a small demonstration of the complex visualization, which is a word cloud. I hope that goes fine. So let me library. I need several libraries. Oh, okay. Our color viewer is already loaded. I think it's possibly, yeah, it's already loaded. Okay. So fine. So let me read the text. So okay, what I'll do is I will also share uh, the WordPad application. So this is the text we are taking. This is representing August 15th President's speech. You can see the speech, and what we do is that we will build a word cloud and see what is the main emphasis of the President's speech. All right, I will stop sharing this. Okay, we read the content of the file. Then we can convert that into a corpus. And we can inspect the, so it has converted each. into a separate document, each paragraph into a separate document. So we can see that it converted into 30. Uh, so it has taken the common paragraph delimiter to identify that, convert it into a corpus. So now we are going to do some transformations. So we will do the transformation. So first thing is that we put in the take these docs and convert them into a lowercase. Okay. Then we are going to do the next thing is we are going to remove some numbers. Remove. So we can see that right now the last 34th document is starting with the number 27. With those words, I once again wish you and all that. So now what we do is that we are removing whatever numbers are there. So it has done that. Now let's inspect the documents. So we can see that the 34th element doesn't have the number. The numbers have simply been removed because we don't want the word cloud to contain any numbers. So here we have several words which can be has a leading role, the sole role. So let's see, we can remove some stop words. Now let's inspect again. So we can see that there are several words like the, a, and all many words which have gone. We don't see anywhere the, a, and some all the standard English, whatever that considered, have been removed. So now let's do remove any punctuation marks that are there. And now we take these documents and convert it into a matrix of term count matrix. Now, if we observe the D, we can see that it is giving the frequency of occurrence of several words. So we can see that freedom has 30 occurrences, India has 21 occurrences, Bill has 12 occurrences, and so on. So this is a sorted word order. So what we do is now we can use this to print to make a word cloud. Let's take the first 30 words and plot. So you can see the kind of you can see that the freedom has got the biggest font, followed by India, then will, struggle, Gandhiji, Eviri, and all that. So we can see how we can make a word cloud from speech or whatever document text we have. Okay, you have other software which does that. I'm sure there will be many libraries, Mr. So you're uh, talking about what are the attributes for the, I think that was for the gender consideration, that was for faces, I suppose, right? The stop words, yes, yes, stop words it does. I think we can even, I think, give a stop words file. I did not try too much, but then I think we can give a stop words files. And yeah, the TF-IDF, is it similar to term frequency and inverse document frequency? It's not exactly IDF. It is simply a term frequency, not more than that. Okay, so I stopped sharing this, and now we are almost there. But we can, any questions we can discuss. What is it you're saying? Minimum assignment. I don't understand what is the meaning of minimum. I am unmuting you. What is the minimum assignment?
Sir, not sorry, it is not minimum, it is minute. Okay, I need a minute. I told.
Mini assignment, is it?
No, no, no. I need a minute to discuss on the assignment. That's what I told.
Oh, okay, okay, no problem, no problem. You need a minute. All right, yeah, just go ahead.
Okay, sir. When we are trying to do an end-to-end project, then we are facing a lot of issues. Means we are trying to solve everything. See, for example, this loan prediction problem. Is it a prediction problem or is it a prediction problem or a classification problem?
It depends on the way you are handling it. See, the loan prediction has two elements. First thing is that the bank can decide whether to say yes or no. Even when they say yes or no, you know that they are not going to give you as much loan as you want. If they think that, because you know so many times banks force consortium because they don't want to take risk in a specific industry beyond that number, and then several banks come together and then they create the loan. So the amount can also be a point. So in that case, it will be a prediction. So what will be the amount of loan that can be given? But then if the decision is whether loan should be given or not, it's a classification.
Got it. So in that
Have I
case,
answered your question?
yes, sir. So okay. Yeah, in that case, just I gone to Kaggle.com or Analytics Vidya, I got the loan data. Then I could do the removing the null values and converting the
Okay.
case to loan
You do
to
the
one.
pre-processing of data. Okay. Yeah.
Correct, and converting yes or no to 1 and 0 like that.
Yeah. No problem. Yeah. Yeah, fine.
Okay. And is it required normalization and standardization?
Yes. Many times the visualization or interpretation or it becomes difficult when you have a scale like the example we have taken. The age can be in the range of 30 to 60, but the income can be in the range of 1,200 crore, 1,000 crores. So essentially the it becomes very difficult to for the model also to work but then I do not want to give a generic answer, but it is considered one of the important steps to consider. Look at the data and see whether what is the scaling, what is the type of scaling that's most effective.
Okay, okay, fine, no problem. And finally, see, I am thinking, okay, decision tree is most suitable, and I am creating this a decision tree model. Then
Yes,
I
yes.
am using.
Yeah, I'm giving also a clue in decision tree as I understand the scaling is not so important.
Okay, okay, fine. And finally, we are using for the evaluation the k-fold cross validation. Then finally, we are finding the F1 score and micro, macro averages, etc. So, say for example, this is what, yeah, this is what my assignment. If I consider this is what my assignment, what exactly I need to submit means you
Oh,
need the
okay, okay,
code.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, yeah. First thing is that I need answer to about 9 or 10 questions I have put in the assignment. Each one has to be in the form of a small description. Okay, and then as you have done the work, so I would like to see the work products. So you have taken some data. Maybe you can take a sample data, 5 records of the data, because giving all, if you are using a large data, it's not a good idea to show all data. But say, let's say you have a head of 5 records, and then you show what is the data like, and then what is the transformation you have done, and after that, what is the data like. And then if you want to show it in simply in the form of a graph, it's easier. You just take the snapshot and then post it in whatever document. So the point is, I can't give you a generic answer, but my expectation is just to see the diligence that you applied.
Okay. What about the programming? See, if I am using the Python, you need the snippet,
Yeah, if you are
code
using
snippet.
yeah, fine, because the Python, it's at least in R, the code is very small. So I would rather like to be put in, even in Python, I understand the code doesn't come to be large. So you may put it as an appendix, or you can put it as you can embed it in the steps. For example, the pre-processing I have done using these 5 lines of code.
Okay, okay, got it. Then it is just like a project report, and it is a step by step answering all your questions. Is my
That is
understanding
right,
correct,
right,
sir?
right.
Yeah.
The questions are, it is only to help you formulate a structure for the document.
Okay, okay, no problem, sir. Uh, and for the with the example perspective, we need not to study the R, or we need not expect any questions from R, right?
None, absolutely none. As we discussed several times, the questions, this is not meant for examination. Any programming language in this course, at least.
Okay, sir. Okay, no problem. Yeah, thank you very much, sir. Thanks
All
for
right,
answering the
all right.
question. Yeah.
Okay, so let's end the session. So I don't see any other questions. So let's close the session.